Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right. So it is Wednesday workshop. I have since we've kind of been going on for the last week with designing, I'm going to start off today. We're going to do announcements. We're going to kind of learn how to do that. I can't wait to get started with those arch boards and the floor decals, because those, now what I will have y'all do when we get to that point, I'm gonna in my group page, I want y'all to start posting so I can see. I want to see your work. I want to know that this call is not a waste of time. So I want to either, we're going to either share our screens and so I can see it here, or we can do, you can post whatever you design and I'll give you the group page so I can see like where we are. Cause I want to know where we are in this phase, because when by me seeing your work lets me know what I need to do. So with regards to the success calculator, I believe everybody who got the replay also was able to obtain the success calculator. And then I'm pretty sure it's probably self-explanatory, but I'm just kind of give you some nuggets. What we started talking about on the last call that we had was discussing goals. Because ultimately, if there's no goals in place, you're just designing stuff and you don't have a target as far as how much revenue, when you want to make the revenue. We don't have a game plan in place. So this success calculator is designed to kind of give you some idea of, okay, so just say if we're doing like obituaries and or just say templates, how many templates are you going to need to make to generate X amount of dollars? So that's how you say, okay, your 30-day goal for this month. Just say if you decide that you want to make and produce at least like 25 sales with the obituary templates, just say if the templates is $25, then you should, if you're doing that on a monthly basis, you're looking at $600. At the end of the year, that's how much you're making in revenue. So just say, me personally, I do event planning. So if I have an event for I'll just say a baby shower. Event, because I do like event planning. If my plan is to do, just say at least one every quarter, and I'm looking at like 12,000 every quarter, I'm planning on doing at least two quarterly. That's 90 days. I'll say I'm going to plan on doing at least two. So I should be looking at, for that quarter, 24,000. By the end of the year, if I'm doing it according to what my goal is, this is what you should be looking at in revenue. And if you have it mapped out on how much you want to generate, okay. Let me just quick send. I was just on a call with somebody. I apologize. I want to make sure she gets the link because I forgot to send it to her while we're on the Zoom call. If you have in mind how much you're needing to make every single month, every quarter, then you have an idea of if and when you're reaching your goals. And I don't tell people to do the same thing I'm doing, but have some numbers, in mind so that you know for sure that by the end of a certain time frame that this is how much money you're supposed to be generating in revenue. And if you're not targeting that, first of all, the problem is if you don't have a target and you just say, hey, I'm going to create these designs and blah, 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 blah. But if you don't say, hey, by the end of July, I want to done at least 25 sales in those templates, then you don't have anywhere you're going with this. So it's one thing to design and it's another thing to have a strategy. So I want you all to, if you haven't, I know in the other call we mentioned about having our goal set. If you haven't completely worked on your goals, that is something by Friday we need to have had. That part we should have already established. You need to know how many of whatever you're trying to do. And it's not to say that it's going to literally be that, but at least if you have a target, you know where you're going. Okay.
Okay.
We understand that much. So I want everybody, if you haven't gotten it, let me know in the chat. I'll make sure I get it to you, because this is going to be able to help you kind of focus on how much revenue you're trying to make at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, end of the year. Now, me personally, I am not interested in working a 9 to 5 every. And secondly, somebody mentioned that their husband is working 2 jobs. 2 jobs for 2 people. We don't want to do that either. And with the way things are going, we definitely want to have another stream of revenue. If just say if you are going to work a job, but have a backup and have some more revenue coming in. So I'm gonna send this email because I know I probably didn't send it to her. And as a matter of fact, I'm sure I didn't because I sent her a one-on-one Zoom call. So at 7:10, typically that's it for me because I don't want to interrupt um the ones who I have on this call. I want to be able to make sure that I'm able to focus in on the individuals that I have on the call. So let me just I'm gonna send this one to her because I know. Let me see. Forward. Give me one moment. But yeah, at 7:10, I usually shut the doors because whoever is here, they're here, and I owe it to whomever got in on time to to make sure I'm focusing in on them. Um, so again, the success calculator is gets yours for the purpose of planning the revenue for the year. I know we're already in June, so actually we're half through the year. So if you haven't strategically mapped out how much money you need to be making, right now is a good time. And is there's no such thing as I don't have time, my schedule's busy, blah blah blah. No, it's not. If you don't have a plan and you're not generating the revenue that you want to make, you got time. You absolutely have time. So if anyone wants to schedule, I have a set schedule as far as like when I have my one-on-one calls with everybody. It's always either on a Tuesday or a Thursday. I'll make sure you all have access to what that schedule looks like. So if you want to schedule an initial one-on-one so we can walk through what this needs to look like individually, I'm so okay with doing that. Just let me know what kind of your schedules are and we'll work out something. Next week, because I do have the boot camp schedule, I will not be able to do one-on-ones, but I'll definitely kind of carve in some time right after that. But I have to kind of focus on making sure I get this squared away for the boot camp. So we're done with that. Did anybody get a chance to do any designs?
I haven't, this Jeanette, I haven't done a design like you've done, but I have created some that I've done before because I did my mom's and my sister's obituary.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
So with that being said, you're in trouble.
Hey,
You're in
what I
trouble.
do?
Everything when we have these classes. Now I don't want to do them for like I don't want to ever say it's anything that's for nothing, but I want to be able to see what you all are learning and what so it gives me what it does is it'll give me an idea of what we need to improve on, what we need to add on
Mhm.
to the trainings. Because I want to know, I want to see um where you are improving in areas when it comes down to creating. So if we're not designing anything, it's one thing to have the replays, that's fine, but we need to be the goal ultimately is to get to the point where we're creating designs that we're satisfied with. And then once we're creating those designs, putting a system in place where you are in front of the right people consistently, so we're generating revenue.
See, my own thing is with I know how to put all the information in. It's just I guess the images, the elements. I don't know what to look for to put on the screen, I guess. I don't know.
Well, did you get my okay? So I think I'm trying to think of which class. There's one attachment that I sent that has like a list of examples of different types of elements because I know that's really crucial. And the elements and the layers. And I say that because that is the really the focus of creating these designs. So if you have an idea of what type of elements and if we need to focus on that, that is totally okay. I'm so okay with that because those elements is going to be like it's like the really the crucial part of creating these designs If you are
Right.
familiar with those, then you'll be able to take and kind of start making it what you need to make it look like. Let me just see. I think I have Canva elements and play with it. Like seriously. Um, I don't care if it look crazy. That's it's completely okay. But if
Mm.
you don't, yeah, this is the one here.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
have that.
I can't remember offhand which code that was for the 19th.
Yes, I have that one.
So that
I
was the
got that.
18th. So yep, it was in one of those emails, but I can definitely I'll resend it. Matter of fact, in the replay, I'll just attach it into the replay. So this gives like textures and background effects, like the sparkle, the magic elements, paper, like if you like, you know how they have the torn paper effects, stationary effects. So just taking these frames, photos, all of that, taking them and playing with them, look, see what they look like, and so you can then that way you can kind of get an idea of how you can add that into your design and just start manipulating. And so you when you get the concept of the elements and you also
Mhm,
get the concept of how to layer it, that's the
mhm.
bulk of it. That's it for you. Because once you get that concept behind and master that, then from there you can just go and do whatever.
That's the only thing I got a problem with. I can do all the fonts and the typing the text stuff, all that stuff. It's just this element stuff I can't get.
Okay.
Yolanda, how do
Mhm.
you come up with your designs? Do
Yes.
you look at like another person's just for inspiration, not to recreate what they've
I
done, just
listen, I am
for
so glad you asked me that. I was just talking. I was in my previous one-on-one today. I was just telling her how every now and then, I kid you not, I will have like a brain fog, and for whatever reason, I just can't get the idea or the concept that I want to produce. And so what I would do in that case is I'll take and create a mood board. Let me just see if I can pull this up. Is this it? Yeah. I'll take no, this is not the one I want. I'll create a mood board. And what that mood board does for me is it allows me to take different, I'll Google, say if I'm um working on whatever type of design, I'll grab similar. I don't want to take their concepts or their idea, but I'll take a number of different concepts and I'll just put them in front of me. And as I'm looking through the different designs, I'm like, okay, I like that concept. Oh, I think that's pretty cool. And so it gives you some idea and kind of gives you some motivation behind creating the ideas. So just say, for example, so today I'm gonna work on we're gonna just kind of do a design for like the announcements. That's my plan for today. Um, but what I would do, just say, Google um memorial announcements.
Mhm.
And it'll give you, if you look at like the images, it'll give you like some different ideas. I love this one.
Inspirations to go by. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you
Mhm.
what I do. I like that one. So you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I like that.
Where's my thing? I'm gonna take this little thing right here and put it on my inspiration board, and we're gonna work it right on out. Let me just grab it, put it over here. Because it's not every day that you're gonna have, you're not, I promise you. I've been designing for a long time. And there are days, and I'm not even kidding you, where it's like I don't have it will not come. And it God help me if I have something that I have to get done and I can't like come up. I can't. I'm just having a brain fog. Just put different images in these, like create a mood board. Take the front, create like frames. Take these. Let me go to the elements. Take these frames right here. Put them
Mhm.
across the board. Create you a mood board, and then you can
Okay.
take that and then start to um come up with different ideas.
Hmm, okay.
I like this
Okay.
one.
So
Yeah.
can you show how you just move that picture that you found to the
Oh, I'm so sorry. So I just click on it. um I just left click on it, hold my mouse down, and then whatever, just say I think this was the mood board. Yep. I'll drag it right to that tab, come down with that image, and then it comes, usually I'll just drag it over to my uploads. but I'll take that image and then just put it right over the frame, and it'll put it right inside there.
Can you
Okay.
copy and paste it though? I copy and paste.
You can
Yeah,
copy
you
the
can.
image. You can do that.
Okay.
Paste.
Okay.
Yep, you sure
Hi,
can.
everyone. Is anyone else having like a black column on their screen? I'll just
Yeah,
have okay.
I
You know
see
what?
it.
Did it go away?
No, yes.
Okay, it's gone. And there's one at the bottom.
Oh, that one's not gonna go away because that's my so that black
Oh,
little column was like everybody who's on the call, and I
okay.
just had to move it on. I have like two screens going right now, so I can move it. I just moved
Okay.
it over to another screen. This
Okay.
little thing on the other hand, I don't think it lets me do that because it's actually my toolbar for the Zoom call.
Mm, okay. Okay.
Yep, it's not gonna let me do it. Oh, you know what? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Oh crap! What did I just do? Now I don't have it at all.
It's on the middle of the screen.
Okay, wait a minute. I think I just saw it. Oh man, I'm gonna put it right back where it was because I need that thing to do. I need it to stay put. Let me
I'm
see if it.
sorry. I just
Oh
thought
no,
that my screen was just going back.
no, you're good. But I'm definitely gonna put this back down here.
Oh
Sorry about
boy.
that. Yeah, I definitely need this so I can kind of, maneuver
Okay.
around. Hopefully, because when I'm not, did it go down at least a little bit so you don't have to see it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So even with this one, let's just copy image, mood board, paste. So you don't have to I'm just doing the most. You can just copy and paste, and it's that simple. So just put several different examples of designs that you like. And you could just take those ideas and just say, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to design it like the one you see, but it gives you an idea of like, hey, I might want to do some borders. I want to just maybe have some flowers faded in the background, doves, or just, just things like that. And just even with the colors, like I want to have purple, but I want to have some faded purple. I want to incorporate like just have some ideas. Because the worst thing that can happen is you're working on something and you're especially for like funerals, you don't have a whole lot of time to put this thing together. It's
Yeah, you're
great
right.
if you have it already a template and have some already designed so you can just kind of do whatever. But if you don't and you're creating from scratch, you don't have that kind of time to be kind of like your brain just to decide they don't want to, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, just definitely create yourself a mood board. Just have it create one just whenever you have a moment, have that as something you can refer back to whenever you need to. And that's your like kind of I would say inspiration board or whatever you want to call it. But that's something that's good to have, especially for people who are creators.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Let me write this
Let me
down.
close out of this. Matter of fact, that's where I got some inspiration for. Listen, this is what I'm about to do with this. I'm gonna put a gold.
Work. So with the mood board, and then you're designing the obituary. So you have to go back between screens to do that, to look at that, then bring it back, go back to your next screen. How will you be able to do that? Or how
So
you do it?
I personally, when I think of mood boards, I really when I get ready to design, I already have in my mind like what I'm going to do. I use those. I create the mood board so I can just kind of just get an idea, just kind of looking at it on kind of what direction I want to go with my design. When I
Mhm.
actually start my design, I don't use that board. I use it for my inspiration to say to kind of get some ideas and concepts. I might even write it down. It's okay. I think I want some gold borders, or I want to have like a background with like the gentleman with the wings, or just just I just needed to give me some inspiration. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
literally gonna go back and forth and try to design it similar to what I've seen.
Right.
You can,
Okay.
but I don't. I generally don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, but yep, that will be. You know what? Let me tell y'all what we're gonna do. Y'all gonna tonight, outside of us doing the announcements, create. We want to create some mood boards, and they're really simple. It could be whatever size you want to make it. But please remind me before we close out of this call, we can just create and I'll just share the mood. I'll actually what I'll do is I'll create the mood board and I'll share it in the replay. and you just open it up and I'll share this one. And then you can just have it, just save it as a file that in your Canva, and you can just refer back to it whenever you need to.
Okay.
And
Go to Canva.
All right. And I saw the message. What we can do, what was that? Carletta, what we'll do, I'll send you the replays, but then what we can do as well, and I know you're on a different time zone, we can schedule some time for a one-on-one just to kind of get you caught up to speed on what we've been working on. The YouTube videos, the playbacks, they are though that's really the best way to play catch up. And if you don't have some of the replays, just let me know and I can get that over to you. And then that way you can kind of start from there, because it'll literally be where we've gone over for the last few days. So the goal today, two things.
Okay, thank you.
No problem at all. The goal for today is to do the announcement designs, and then we want to go into AI a little bit, because I want everybody, and because we started on it the last time and I literally got sidetracked and didn't do it. We want to create those logos, because everything that you're creating, you need to be able to have your logo on it. So we want to do some work in AI today with creating logos. We want to work on the announcements for today. But the main thing we want to do is get those announcements created, and then we are going to do logos. So everybody on here, by the time we get off this call, everybody have a logo.
Okay.
So I know someone mentioned it to me in either a messenger or and the other part, I'm gonna apologize to every last one of y'all before we get started, because I do have someone who's gonna be moderating and just kind of working on some things for me, because I'm jumping between DMs, message and text messages. And I definitely don't want to forget anybody. And on the days when I have chemo, ain't no telling how this week goes. So I may forget, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to make sure everybody has what they need. So again, just please forgive me. Tuesdays are always my chemotherapy days. So it may be like Wednesday or Thursdays, it may be a little shady if I'm not right back to you. Please, I don't mind you texting me and reminding me, because I don't want to miss the opportunity to make sure you get what you need. So don't hesitate to do that. So in this case, again, we're going to do these announcement designs, because I want to kind of get these done a little quick so we can get to the logos, because we want to spend some time getting that done. I started on this one, but I want to be able to work with you guys. We did purple. I want to do.
What's your size?
Hmm.
What is that size?
So let me just kind of brief. So everybody make sure, are you all on your computer screens? Are you on the computers for the most part, everyone?
I'm on the computer.
Okay, great.
I'm on my iPad.
Okay, that's still pretty decent. That still work. As long as it's something that gives you opportunity to be able to access all the different elements and things like that, because these phones don't really do it justice. So if you're on an iPad or a computer, we're good. So always make sure you're going into your file. And then I want to do the resize for this so you can know what the actual size is for this, some custom size. So with this one, for the announcements, I do a 6. Really, you can do a 6x6, but I do 6.25 and 6.25. Always make sure that your units is in inches and not in pixels.
Okay.
And the reason why I do the 0.25 is because I always want to keep in mind that I always create my designs with the bleed space. So I want to make sure that gives enough room for any time I'm creating something that I might possibly need to print. And it never hurts, even if you're not printing it and it's just for posting for social media or whatever, because you always still want to make sure you have that bleed, just because you don't ever want to forget to do that part of the process. So again, it's 6.25 in the width and 6.25 in the height, and the units is in inches. Okay. And is everybody familiar with how to start the project from scratch?
Okay, can you walk me through that?
Yes, ma'am. All right, so give me 1 minute here. So I'm gonna go to my home screen.
I created several things in Canva, but I tend to sometimes purchase or use templates. So
You
that's
can use
what
a
I want.
template, but you want to be able to create, you want to start being able to create these on your own.
That's why that's what I'm trying to do. So if I'm at home, where do I go next?
Okay, so the first thing, once you're logged into Canva, once you click it, when you click into Canva, you want to go to, on the far left-hand side, you'll always see where it says create.
Correct.
So when you click on create, they'll have all these templates. You'll always see these available, and these are great. But you want to go over to the left-hand side where it says custom size.
Why don't I see custom size?
And you may, depending on what device you're using, you may have to scroll down a little bit.
Let me see.
Because it'll say sheets, docs, whiteboards, presentation.
Flyer, portrait, flyer, Instagram sheet, dot, whiteboard. That's where we at. You want me to scroll over for that? Okay, now I see it. Custom size.
Yep. Okay. So when you click on custom size, it'll always say in units, it'll always say pixels as the default. You want to change it to inches, IN.
Okay, change to inches. And then you said 6.25, correct?
Yep. And this is just for the announcements. It's 6.25 by for width, and then 6.25 for the height.
Okay, and create. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All righty. And then it's going to always give you these little options for the templates and styles and things like that. But literally, we're going to do our own design. So for this one, we're going to... Let me... I'm trying to think of what's a good color you guys really want to work with tonight.
My favorite color is purple, so
we got a whole nother print situation going on tonight. But no, we're good. We're gonna do
my
purple.
favorite color too, so purple works for me.
Okay, so purple.
How about green? Okay, purple it is.
Never do purple. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. So, what shade of purple do I really want to go with? Okay, we'll do that. All right, so the background color I'm using is purple. Mind you, it's relevant and sometimes it's not, but we're gonna start off with the background. And then a lot of times when we're creating designs, we do not have like the photos and things like that that we need to work with. And I know some of you already are kind of familiar with it, but I'm gonna go do a quick walkthrough on how to create some of the images that you may want to have to create some of the designs. So to create an AI image in Canva, you would need to go over to your left-hand side where it has the 3 bars where it says open menu. You want to click on the bars because we're looking for we're looking for Canva AI.
Canva AI.
When we click on that, this top portion of the screen, it'll say design for me, create image, draft a document, blah, blah, blah. We need to create an image. And these are some of the ones I've created. Like, we're definitely going to use one of these, but like with some of the images that I've created using Canva AI. Although I kind of like Canva AI, I'm going to show you how to use it, but I'm definitely going to revert to the one I prefer, just because I just like the outcome of some of the other AI platforms. So when we're creating AI images, you want to be as thorough as possible as it relates to the description, because that determines how close to what you're looking for you're going to get when it does produce. So in this case, just say I want to create an image of a handsome African American male. He is 26. I'll just use that so it can kind of stay in that bracket of the age. 26 years old. He is wearing a purple and black. No, he is wearing a purple suit jacket and black dress pants. He has on a white shirt, white dress shirt. Let's see, his skin is flawless is detailed and flawless. Let's do that. And flawless. He is wearing fashion design sunglasses. Let's see, what else do I need to make sure? He has on a gold watch on his left. Let me see, right, left. Yeah, left hand, arm. Okay, escape. Okay, dagnabbit. Literally just went to the. Oh, I did not want to do that. And it's probably gonna go away. Yep. So I'm not gonna bore you. I'm going to type it in, but I'm not gonna keep talking with this. I'm just gonna create it. An image of a American
Of
male.
a handsome African American male.
25 years old. He is wearing
A purple suit jacket
a
and black dress pants. I got it.
Okay. With
I had
Yes.
a whole other image of a black woman before y'all started all that. So
No,
we
you can. It does not have. I'm just using this as an example.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you're already in there, because that lets me know that you kind of have the concept. So we're just
Well, because
working
I've been
along.
learning with that Chat GPT, and create images. So I just created a African American female, plus size female with locks, because that's what I am. So I always do that. So that's what I
Okay.
did. And I put you wearing gold, so they put on the gold dress.
There we go. That works
Okay.
just fine.
I just want to make sure. I'm like, should I be typing all this?
No, whatever. So when I'm doing this description, you can completely be doing a design that works just fine for you. So
Okay.
it don't have to be what I'm saying. Whatever. If you're designing, you're following along with me, but you can use your own creative designs.
Okay.
I'm just going along with it so you can kind of see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But please, and if you're already a little farther along with this, you can definitely go right ahead. That's no problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
There's pants. He has a a gold watch on his left hand.
You said this should always be smart.
Yep, I do smart, or I try to stick with smart for the most part. Yeah, because the other ones it'll be hit or miss, and then you have to kind of play with some of the other ones to see kind of what it comes out to, which is fine. But my patience is really bad. Has gold watch, left arm, his skin is flawless. He has a beard, a trim beard. Background, I'm just gonna stop there. Is white. All right, let's see what comes out. So He does not look real to me. So I'm gonna do like I normally do, which is revert back to the platform that works best for me, which is get IMG images. So it's getimg.ai.com and then / home screen. Just because I really love the outcome of the images that I get. Like, do you see how more realistic these look?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not free, but you can get so many of them free every month. So I just say, go in here and get it. Cause even for like some of the backgrounds, I created some backgrounds that I wanted using this platform.
Now it's nice. What this called again?
You said, what was that? The platform it's getimg.ai. Yep.
Get image, basically like get. Oh, let me say that. Okay.
I'm getting writing this down right now.
And then, like I said, the images that, like, even the one for the last one I did, I created it in here. I use Canva, but if you know, you know. So there's other platforms that really produce like quality. That's even where I got the car, like quality images. When you're designing it here. And then the other part is if you want the person to kind of look similar to another image that you've created, he's okay, but I'm not going to use him.
No,
Just
I
say if I
got
want
some that look good.
huh?
I said I got some that look good.
But you can definitely, if you want, just say the image to look exactly like one that you've created. Just say, I'm just trying to find one that I like. So it just say if I want to find another one that looks just like him, just say you created an image and it's another design you want to create, but you want it to look similar to that person. I just click on the image that I've created, and do you see where right here it says seed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so you just want to copy that seed because I want my images to look like that design that I had already created. And so if you, while you're on here, if you scroll down, do you see where it says seed over here to the left?
Yes.
I'm going to copy and paste this seed because I want the image to have a feature similar to this guy. Now, even though I'm going to go back to Canva and copy that prompt, I want the guy to look like the person that's in this image. So let me see. What did it say? So flux. Okay. I just want to make sure I got all the information here. So I'm going to paste that the font or the prompt and then see what it gives me. But I want it to definitely look similar to the original person.
Oh.
I
So
could never get that. I could never get that one to work right on my computer. That get IMG.
Yeah. You said it's not coming up on there?
I couldn't get it to do right on my computer.
Okay, we're gonna do set up a one-on-one because I'll walk you through it. We can sure do that. But I think what I'm gonna do is I don't want this to be I want it to be a 9x6 because I definitely want it to be large enough for me to kind of have something to work with. Here's the thing. This gentleman has some dreads, I think is what I put. But you go figure what they did was they created that same image, but because I told them I changed the description of he had a trimmed beard and I did something with like his hair as far as the description. So it tried to get me close to the same look of his facial features, but it gave me the look that I asked for as far as the description. So I like this one. I'm gonna just create 4 more just to see if I have some more options to choose from. And so it don't even matter if I change his color from purple to green to whatever. It's still gonna give me that same feature, but it'll just give me some other, let me see. Purple suit, green.
He look good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ain't on mute.
Y'all funny.
I'm sorry. When she
So
responded, I was like, oh.
Ooh, I
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Green.
So you can just, all you got to do is go
Mhm.
back to the original font and just change the description.
Picture.
Something as simple as changing just the color, and it'll repopulate it, but it'll give you whatever, the look is you're going for as far as like color. If you want to change, whatever, it'll let you do that. So I think I'm gonna I'm gonna download this guy. So you just click on the image and just download. I'm gonna download. No, we're doing purple. Good Lord. So which one do I want in purple though? So I'm gonna work with this one. Download,
Mhm. Look
and
good.
then I'm gonna download. And I will, some of the images that I'm down creating, I'll put them in a folder and see if I can send them to you. Like even so much as like the backgrounds and things like that.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll download that so you
Appreciate
guys
that.
have some
Yeah,
backgrounds to work with.
please.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm going to use, which one of these do I want to use? Uh, I'm going to use this one. So remember, let me go back here. I kind of like, I like Canva coming along, but then quite got there as far as like the images I like. So you can play with that, but I would say use these other platforms um to actually get the images, the look you're going for. So for this one in the announcement that we're designing, okay, we decided we were gonna go with purple as the color. And then I'm going to change it because obviously with me downloading an image, I want it to come close to the image's color. So I'm definitely going to probably change it up a little bit. But I'm just going to, you can go to your folders in your computers. Or for me, a lot of times when I get a download, all I got to do is click the arrow, drop arrow here, and it'll show me everything I've downloaded. But you can always go to your folders and go to downloads, and all those images will be right there.
Yeah.
Yolanda, I have a question. Okay, so I am now in the Canva AI, but previously I had the page set up for the 6.25. How do I get back there?
So, do you see where it says open menu, the three tabs or
Yeah.
three bars? Click on
Mhm.
there. You'll also see right up in here a list of what you've already been working on.
Oh, mine says close menu. Let's see.
If you just
Yep. So it says
click
close
on
menu
untitled.
now, but just
Okay.
right in that center. So if you click on that those three tabs are going to be your best friend because it's going to let you toggle between what you're in and what you're trying to go to. So
Oh, okay.
yep.
Yeah.
So you may not have named it anything, but whatever it is that says recent designs, that's what you need to click on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, untitled design.
Yeah, keep out the Zoom. You keep stopping. So I keep rejoining.
You said what happened?
Okay, I got it
For some
now.
reason I keep getting put out the Zoom and then it's freezing. It might be my iPad. I don't know.
Um. Well, if I hear you, you're still in. It may just be doing
I
something.
came back in. I missed it. Last thing it was on a different screen, but it's okay. Keep going. I'm just letting you know why I don't know if it keep notifying y'all that I keep leaving and coming back, but that's the third time it done kicked me out. I don't know.
Oh nope, it didn't tell. It keeps saying that you're in. So
Okay.
yeah, we're good. All right. So now that I'm in this screen, so were you able to get back to your screen?
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna close some of these because I don't do too well with a whole bunch of tabs. Um, yeah, there we go. So we got that. And then we want to go to our uploads, which is the images that we just downloaded. I'm going to first, because I want to start off, remember I told you your elements and your layers are going to be very important. So what I try to do is start off with the layers. And so in this case, I know my layer is going to be the starting from the back coming forward is going to be the back, I'm going to have this image really considered, it's going to be in the back. So I'm going to start with that image. And then obviously I'm going to resize it to what I need it to be. Perfect. And so also remember from a previous class, I was mentioning that when you place images on the screen. If you look at the top, it shows you the colors that are that's displayed as far as the color scheme for that particular image. You do have the ability to change the color to whatever it is you want it to be. And in this case, I want it to blend in to a certain degree to the purple so everything kind of works together. So I'm going to definitely change that to purple. Let me see here. Let me try the other one first. I'm going to change purple. Yeah. So I'm going to leave the other color the way I wanted, the way it was. I'm going to change that one to purple. And so that way it'll kind of blend in as I'm incorporating the different things. I want it to all kind of, it may be different shades to a certain degree, but I want it to have that look where it all kind of blends in. And so with that being said, we don't want these like that line in here. So there's a way to fix it where everything kind of blends in as well. When it goes back to the elements, we want to do blend mode. I do have it saved in the folder, so I'll just tell you which blend mode I'm using. Where's my folder? Folder. Okay, so blending elements. That's not the one I want. I want to say I clicked on. Yep, it was glow. So the one that I'm going to use for this to do like a blend mode, the element I'm going to be using is called an orange blur circle illustration. So if you're working along with me, if you can look, when you do click on elements, type in orange blur circle illustration.
Orange.
Let's see if I can go to the top and then I'll walk through it with you. So if I'm clicking on my elements, I gotta remember what it said. Orange blur. Oops.
Glow circle illustration.
I gotta get back out of this screen. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. Orange blur. What was it again? Circle.
Orange blur glow circle illustration.
Glow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it easy to find. See, same thing. And anytime it gives you the option up here to change colors, you're good, because this, I'm gonna delete this one here because it'll allow you to fix it so you can blend everything together. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna click this orange color at the top, and I'm gonna change this so it's this color because I want it to blend in so we can kind of get it fixed in so it doesn't, you don't see the line there. So I'm going to duplicate this until I get to a point where'd it go? I'm going to look at my layers. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. I want to duplicate it enough times so at some point it fades out that line. So it may have you do it several times, but you want to be able to fade out so that that line is not there. Obviously, we're going to do some different things with that so you don't have a whole bunch of, Okay.
You
So
changed the color?
Hmm?
You changed the color of the circle?
Yep.
The
So
glow?
I clicked on, it still says orange up here, but I
Mm-hmm.
changed it to that purple color that I'm working with.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
the
how do
one,
we get that background right there, what you have?
here, I'm going to take this image here. Let me do this. I'm going to put it in a chat box so you guys can have it and use it real quick.
All right.
Chat, we're going to drop this in here. There you go. Awesome. So you just click on it. You can just save it and download it and use it as you need to.
Okay.
So I always reference the position because it tells you each layer. And when I'm looking at the layers, it tells me where everything is. In this case, it got the background. It has the image in the back. But when you have to create like the glow effects, obviously you have to use several of them. So in order to kind of keep from having to accidentally click on it, because there's quite a few of them, you want to go into position. I'm going to redo this so we can see. You want to click on positions, layers. You click on that very first glow, but then you want to press your shift key on the keyboard and then go to the bottom one, and so you can click all of them. And then when you click all of them, you'll see right in here where it says group, because you want to group them together so it's not like all over the place and you like accidentally click in one image or the next. You want to make sure that you're not like displacing anything. So I want to group them together.
Mm-hmm.
So it just puts it in one. So in those layers, it converts all of those different glows images into one layer. So you don't have to worry about like accidentally clicking one and clicking another one. You can always ungroup it, but at least it keeps it together in one space. So when you make a move, you can just move them all at once. And so next, I want to put this gentleman with his handsome self on here. I'm going to remove the background. So in order to do that, you guys remember, you just click on BG remover to take that out. I'm going to kind of almost put him right up underneath that little arch area. Let me see if I flip him, if it's going to look any different. Nah, he good on that one. And so could somebody tell me, what did we need to do next if we want to kind of fade the bottom of his, like the image?
Go to image blender.
You better say it. Yes, yes, yes. Appreciate you. All right. So, yep, we want to go to
You gonna
over.
put him in the chat so we can, because we're trying to follow.
Oh, you need him? Yes, yes. I'll give him to you. Matter of fact, I'll give him all these images.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I just changed mine. That background, it changed to green.
to
I don't know how
green.
to. Yeah,
Which one? That image?
yeah.
So when you click on it, if you look up here, the image that I changed, it wasn't the first image, the first color. I changed the second one to purple.
Second one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where's the image blend?
Oh, we're going to do it in just a minute. I just
Oh,
had to
okay, okay,
backtrack.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But let me, before I do that, I'm
Okay.
going to take these images and put them in this chat really quick. Hold on one second. Give me a moment. Nope, I already did that one. You need, is it this one? Nope. I need to give you guys the guys. That's what I did. Send that one. I know we're not using the green, but I'm sending that one anyway. That is similar to that. I just want to make sure I get you guys. Download. And this other one. There you go. All right. Did it show up in the chat for you guys?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So in order to, we're going to go to the image blender. So in order to do that, we want to go to our app, which is on the far left-hand side. It says apps. You want to click on that, and then you want to type in image blender. And then over here, this purple app is the one you want. There's several different ones, but this is the one I always use. And at the top, the first two are free. The other ones you can always either purchase or whatever, but I never use any of them. So it's always, for me, going to be the first one or the second one. So while you have the image selected, we always do the linear one. That's the one I use when I want to take and blend them. You just take this, the mouse, and drag and drop that four little square, the four arrow thing, until it blends it to the way you want it. And I think I'm going to go with right here, but you can drag it. You can go up and down as often as you want until you get the look that you're going for. And then you want to, once you do that, always remember to click save, because if you don't save it, it's going to automatically go back to the original image. Awesome, awesome. Yep, and I apologize that this screen is here because it'll keep popping up, but I'll try to not click on it or go in that area too often so you guys can see the full screen. Let's see here. All right. Let me get out of that screen. And then I want to, I don't know if I really want to add any, because this, again, you want to keep in mind, this is the announcement, but I will, let me see. I don't really think, when you do announcements, if you look at, let me just see if I have any other ones open. You don't want to add too many images because for the most part, you're putting in information. Because this is what, like, most people you'll see will post on like social media, letting you know like when the visitation, when, you know, so you don't want a whole bunch of images, but I usually will do one, max I'll do two. So let me just see here how, if that other one is doing too much, we're just going to stick to the one image. And we might go ahead and flip him over. I might go that route with him. What's the other one? I think this was the other image I used. Again, I'm going to just take the, have the image selected. We want to remove the background, which is BG remover. What I could possibly do is just blend him out. So anytime you want to take an image and fade it out, you want to go to transparency so you can change the opacity of it. I don't think it's worth me doing that with this one. I'm going to really, in this case, just stick to just the one image because it would be too much to incorporate more than that. But what I also think I want to do is I want to add the gradients to this image and see. Yeah, I'm going to do a gradient color. So this gradient, I'm going to flip it really quick. Okay. So this gradient, you always, if you want to know what element you use, so just say if you want to use it more frequently, you want to scroll down, you want to click on the three dots over here and then scroll down to where it says info. And it always will tell you the description of the element that you're using. In this case, it's the black shadow on transparent. And it'll also tell you who it's by, so you'll know exactly if you got the right one. But it's the black shadow on transparent for the one I'm using right now. So I'm just gonna put on the bottom of the image. It doesn't do a heck of a lot, but it does kind of change the tone just a little bit. It just kind of gives it that little bit of a little like a dark shadow fade to it. I'm gonna put him in the front of it. Let me just see here. Yeah. So I'm gonna drag him in the front just because I don't want that little area kind of hovering over him. So what I want to do also with this purple, I want to take that glow and fade it just a little bit because I want to fade this out because I don't want it to be like, you see where those lines are across here? The whole purpose is to make sure that those are faded out. And so that's what I want to try to make sure we maintain that. Even if I have to make them smaller, I want to make sure that we don't have like unnecessary lines going through here. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to I'm going to take and then put all the information in here as far as like the details that we need to incorporate into an announcement. So in most cases, you're going to need like the dates of like when it's going to be and whose church it's going to be at or what location it's going to be located at. Those are the basic information. That's the information that you really want to have included on an announcement. So we still want to go with the basics, which is like honoring the life of, you know, whomever. So we're going to give him a name and all that good stuff. So let me just quickly grab my text. And then I want to add a text box here. And so I want to type in honoring the, and then I'll type in of, because I'm going to put life, but I want to use a different font. So I'll do honoring the first, because I want to do some manipulating. And then we want to determine what font we're going to use here, which I use this one all the time just because it's consistently worked for me. But you can always check and, play with it as you like. But there's one in particular I always try to use. Cinzel. So it's Cinzel is the font that I'm going to go with. I'm gonna make it bold just so it can stand out a little bit. And then I'm also gonna change the color to white because since we're using purple, I'm gonna just kind of change that up a little bit. One other thing to keep in mind, you do have the ability to, I'm not gonna use it too much in this one, but anytime you want to kind of either space out the text or kind of make room between the two, just say if it's more than one line, you can always go to where it says spacing and you can spread it out a little bit if you need to. Or if it was another line, it says line spacing. You can kind of make the spacing between the lines greater or smaller, just to kind of give it the look that you're looking for. So in this case, I really don't have to do that too much with this, but I'll just do it slightly. I just change the spacing to 238. And then I'm going to duplicate this, not because I'm going to use the same information, but I want to just create another text bar. So life is what I'm looking for here. What I'm going to create, but we're going to change the font. And scroll up, see which one I really want to go with. Alrighty. And then again, even while you're working on this, you can just, until you find the font that you want, you can literally play around with it until you come up with the look that you desire. There's one in particular I'm looking for, and I'm not gonna use these other ones, I don't think. I guess I'll play with Ashton. That's not exactly the one I want to go with, but I'm gonna go with it for right now. Let me see here. Sloop. There's one that's called Sloop Script. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Sloop. There we go. Slip. So it's called Sloop Scripts Pro. Now I believe it's in there, but if it's not, it's one that I've downloaded from Defont, which is the one that platform that we used before. So it should be in here, but if it's not, that's where you can find it. So I'm gonna first okay. Before I go and do anything, I'm gonna click on the effects because I want that to stand out even though it's gonna be at the top. I want to do the shadow, and then I'm going to change the color for the background to black so it can pop just a little bit when I put it over in this area. So honoring the life of, I'm going to play with this just a little bit, and I'm going to click on this gradient again. I'm going to duplicate it because I'm going to flip it and put it at the top because I want it to be, I always want it to be where it's visible because you don't ever want to have like anything and then the letters are not visible enough for anybody who's looking at it to see it. You always want to make sure that the if nothing stands out, the text look the way it's supposed to and it stands out in your designs. Because if they can't read it, it really is pointless. Okay, so honoring the life, I'll put the life right here. And so now that I have that laid out, then I'm going to put a space and then I'm going to space it over until I can get it where I want to. So it's between the life of, so it can I can put life wherever I want to put it at here. I'm going to change it instead of centering it. Yep, I'm going to put it left margin, and then that way I can move it around as much as I want to. And so I'll click the space, press the space bar until I get where I need it to be. And that way I can kind of maneuver this other word over as much as I want to. And let me go back to, no, I won't be able to see it, but I wanted to change the spacing as well because I wanted to not look so far away. Let's see here, spacing is 238. I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit, see if that changes. No. All right, I'm gonna put it back where I had it. I don't want it to be too close either. So in order for me to, I'm gonna change the color. I might change it back. I'm not going for that look. Change the effect to bold and maybe white. I don't like that. So I'm gonna keep this one white as well. Sometimes I'll change it. Maybe I'll do no, I don't like the look of it. So I'm gonna change it to another color and do something different. I always try to do something different with that second word just because I want it to have a little bit of a different look from the original, like honoring the life of. So that's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to change it to another color and see how it works out. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Just so it kind of stands out a little bit. And so I clicked on honoring and I also clicked on life because I'm going to spread it out a little bit, but I wanted to kind of blend in so it'll kind of work together. Okay. So honor the life of, and then I want to do a element. Let me click in here. So I need an element of a line. Close that. So the line right here, I'm going to use that. I'm going to change it up a little bit, but once I get it aligned to where I want it, then I'll make the necessary changes. So I'm going to change it to white because I need it to blend out. Actually, I'm going to try to use the same color that I use for, nope, I don't like that. So I'm going to change it to white. And then I need another one. Okay. I really feel like it changed yep, it did. I want it smaller, but I'm gonna bold it. I'm gonna make this screen a little bit larger because I wanted to make sure it doesn't change the alignment.
So did you make that line?
Nope, it's in the elements. So when you go into the elements where you see the shapes, it's right there.
Okay, I see it now.
So I'm gonna put this right kind of aligned here, but I want it to go small. I always make, for whatever reason, I do a bumper job of changing the alignment. Let me try something. I'm gonna try another way of doing this. Okay, I'm gonna see if this is gonna work for me. It may not. Maybe it does, but it'll be a learning experience for both of us right now. So it says ending at. So I'm gonna say ended at 2.13. Nope, I don't like that at all. 2.13. Nope. Oh, so I want to resize it, but I don't want it to get out of pocket. I almost did it there. I think I'm okay. Delete this one. I'll duplicate this. So I've duplicated, and then I'm gonna put it, and then the one good thing about this is when you move it around, you'll see if it's aligned, because you'll see like those purple lines kind of aligning everything. So it'll tell you like if you have it aligned with like something else that's in the same space. And so what I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna name them, but I'll just say I'll name them. So I'll do another text box, and I'll say Mr. I'll make that large. And then I'll put it inside here. And just play around with it. Like even while I'm working on this, you all can just kind of do the same thing. And always, you know, you can stop me anywhere in the process so that we can make sure everybody's kind of following along. But I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna drag it until I can make sure it's centered. And then I'll say his name will be Melvin Alexander Johnson. Where that name come from, I don't know, but we're gonna work with it. All right, so with my fonts, I want to, his first name I'm gonna use in script. So Melvin, I'll make that a little bit larger. I'm definitely gonna change the font and the color. Let's see here, what font am I gonna go with? And whatever you know come up with, it, like I said, I'm working on this, but you can always change it to whatever works for you. And I'm changing the spacing, the letter spacing, so it's not so far away. Obviously, we're gonna go with a different color because that is not gonna work. Change this to white. Effects, I'm gonna change it to shadow, and obviously I'm gonna change that to black, just so it can stand out a little bit more. And then his last name is gonna be Alexander Johnson. Add text. Alexander. I'm probably gonna have to respell it because I know it's not right. There we go. And this, I'm gonna change that to my Zendale. I always use that for everything.
What was that text you used, that font you used again on Melvin?
For Melvin, it was, come on, here we go. I might have downloaded that one, but if not, it's spelled Rigestha, script.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I done got lost. I'm
Oh no, that's fine. You can stop me. You guys stop me whenever you need to.
you good. I'm just watching now because I've been got lost.
Oh, well, the replay will be good. All right, and then Cinzel, I'm always using that one. I'm gonna change the font to, I always can adjust it, but I'm gonna change it to 32. Let me see, 34, 32. I'll keep it at 32 and just make it bold. And then bring it down some, Alexander. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna change that. Bring it up just a little bit more. And then I'm definitely gonna change this one. So I'm gonna change his first name so it matches with the top portion. Change that, and then I'll make this white. And I'm gonna duplicate it. And then below, I'll change it to Johnson. Come on, computer. There we go. And with this one, all fonts, and this is where I'm going to probably spread out his last name here. Just spread this out just a little bit with the spacing. And then up here, I'm going to maybe bring it in just a little bit. Yep. Because I want the first name and then the bottom portion of the last name to kind of stand out a little bit more. Perfect. Animated. This one we're gonna do bold, and the background of that is gonna be in black. So the shadow, I always change the shadow. I use black because, like I said, it'll kind of make it stand out a bit. And then with this one, then what we want to add on is like the sunrise, sunset date, and then the bulk of it will be like the information as far as the services, as far as like where the services will be held and things like that. But I want to add a glow. Um, Trying to think of where this would fit pretty good. And again, always play with it. Do like, no, I don't want, nope. Maybe that purple was okay. We're going to stick with the purple. That's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to always bring this layer up and forward in front of that. There we go. Awesome. And then maybe silver sparkles. Silver sparkles. Let me see what I come up with that. Um, and again, like I said before, like when you get comfortable with the elements, which I will definitely send the list of that again. I want to make sure that you guys are kind of comfortable with using different elements, because once you become familiar with it, it helps you to kind of know what to look for, and kind of based in your head, you'll start to kind of have an idea of like what should go in this place or what should go there once you get familiar with and get comfortable with these different elements. So I'm going to do a square element just because I want to make sure that the information as far as the arrangements are like visible, but I'm going to fade it out so it's still not overbearing when it comes down to the design. I'm going to try something first. So do the text, add a text again. We're going to go back to Senzel because that's the font I pretty much go to when it comes down to looking at for plain text, where you can see it's more visible versus the script and the cursive. So you're looking at, I'm going to do dawn, and I also want to do dusk. And those are going to literally be kind of obviously above, next to each other. I'm going to move it over here, change the fonts to white, and make it bold. And then for these, I'll try to do something here. It's not working out too well, but I want to click on the borders here, and I'm going to duplicate this one because I want to use it down here, but I want to rotate it so that it's going up and down in a 90 degree. So your 90 degree would be the position you want it in when you want to change the lines. There we go. And then I'm going to duplicate this font, this here, so I can change. I'm going to just use the same font, but I'm going to just change the information. So I'll just say June 16, 20, no, 1935. No, he looked too young for me to talk about some 35. I'm going to change it to 65. And then duplicate it again. And then just say 2025. January 2nd. Okay. So what I want to do, because I want all of this to kind of align together, I'm going to click on each item and then I'll make the adjustment as far as resizing it so that when I do make the change, it basically gives the same font size and everything, because you don't want it to, like one to be one size and the other. So just click on each item, including that border or the line, so that it all stays in alignment. You can always group it together, and you can ungroup it if you need to make necessary changes individually. But what I want to do as well is to see if it'll change all of the, yes, it will. Okay. Perfect. So I have that group together. That way, if I want to make any changes, I can do it and then just do it all together. So I'm going to keep this over in this space. And then it'll just say funeral, put the funeral service information in here. So you guys pretty much get the gist of like how that needs to be laid out. Sort of, kind of. Services. I'll actually grab this from one of the other ones. I have another one. Let me see. Services, Hill, copy and paste. I'll do that.
I just love the way your mind just goes and pull this stuff in and go from there.
I know, right? I'm trying to follow along.
And like I said, like, that's where, and I'm more of a, most of the times I do, where I got the line was, I just clicked on the element. Well, actually, I snatched it from up here, but the way I got it from, you click on elements, and where you see shapes, you have the lines. It gives you the option to click on lines as well. And this is the one I selected. It's just the one without anything on any of the ends.
Now, what did you put in for that starburst behind right there?
The one in the back, this one?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me go to the info, because I literally just I typed in, I think sparkle or something, but it's called light glow. And it was a different color. I just changed it to purple, but that's the name of it. It's light glow.
Okay.
Yep, and it was by Yana. It's the person that created it is YANA 98. So then that way you know for sure that's the same one that I use. So that's who created it.
That's so nice. I just when I get to the point of my stuff just stands out like this. I think I overdo it. I do too much.
But you know what? That's where the way I look at it is, it's not anything that you learn overnight. And until you get it to that point, listen, these templates that I send y'all, you just use them and read this, just say, even if, just say, for example, this image, in order to, just say if you want to change it to another image, all you got to do is click on that image, drag and drop it in front of him, and it's going, let me go undo. I didn't drag it and drop it in front. I think
that ain't it.
Ain't it? I'm done. I am done. She said that ain't it. Nope. Okay. Well, we're not going.
What I just chose, that one it.
Okay. So let me try something here, because this is what I want to show you. Remove the background. Let me see. So do you see how I just took this one and dragged him over in front of him?
Yes.
And it took the background away as well. So that's really how that works. Only reason why I didn't work before up here on the first page is because I had already have, like, I have other elements in front of them, and you have to kind of be, okay, thanks. And you have to be in front of that image in order for it to take that background off. So had there not been any other elements right here in front of, or like around here, it should automatically replace this image and change the background.
Okay.
That's how that normally works. That's why I want to show you how that works on another page, because typically when I send like templates out to individuals, the intent is for you just to be able to take and drag and drop and change whatever you need to change, but including being able to like drag another image over one so you can just get that clear background. But all else fails, if it doesn't remove it, you always got the BG background remover where you can just clear that out.
Well, I sure need some of those templates because, ooh, Lord, I don't have anything. I don't have the replays or anything.
Now, who was that?
Tamisha?
Who was that? You said Kamisha?
Tamisha? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no. Then just I'm gonna tell you what you do, because I'm telling you, until I get my moderators and I'm working on, I have to train her and everything else. You have to send me text messages and DMs, because I'm telling you, I'm literally jumping between that emails and text, and so it just could be over. I can easily miss like reaching out to somebody, and I don't want to do that. So don't ever feel like you're over, sending me messages. I please do, because I don't mind. Not
And
at
see,
all.
I be feeling like I be overdoing it with you because you half the time you don't feel good, so I don't be want to
And
overbearing.
if I don't reply right away, just know I'm going to get back to you, but I totally prefer that you do. I'm not even kidding you.
Okay.
I really do, because I don't want to miss the opportunity to like help somebody if they're working on something. I don't want to do that. So if I don't get back, like the way my chemotherapy works, I'm just gonna be honest. When I get treatments on Tuesdays, um, Wednesdays, I try to, like, as soon as I can, get these replays and stuff out if I can, because otherwise you probably won't get it till late that evening. And just really depends on how I'm feeling. But if for whatever reason you don't see it, I don't mind nobody saying, "Hey, did I get so and so?" I'm so okay with that, because the whole point is for you all to have this information and to be able to do, to use the videos to kind of go and practice working on it. Because I want you to practice and I want to see what you're working on. So definitely, please don't feel like you over. No, that's not a problem for me at all.
Okay.
Yep. I want to try to put this over here, but I don't want to overkill. For the purpose of it standing out. Let me try something. Mm, mm, mm.
How did you get that actual border, that white border line that's going around the whole thing? I got kicked out so many times. I don't have none of the images that downloaded, but I still been working through my phone since my iPad tripping and creating the image. We supposed to share this with you?
Oh, so. Let me ask you this: have anybody been working on something I can take a look at while we're doing this, or when
I,
we're done?
I want you to
I
look at what I did, but how did you get that border? You see how you got this little white border around the whole entire image, and you're creating inside. How did I miss that?
Probably. Let me just
That's
click.
the bleed, I think. That's the
it's your
bleed that
bleed line.
That's the
Yep.
bleed.
yeah.
And
Yep,
where is
that's
that?
the bleed line.
That's on
So what
the
happens, let me just make this a little bit bigger. When you first create your design, you always want to set your ruler and you always want to set your bleed line. So when you go into the file
On the first.
and when you scroll down, you'll see where it says settings. The two
Mhm.
things you always want to show is your ruler guides and your show print bleed. So if I take this off, you'll see that it disappears.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I'll just go show print bleed, and it'll go back. The purpose for the print bleed is solely for the purpose of when you have to have it published, like more so like the obituaries and things like that. Because if you notice, so everything that gets displayed when they print is going to be inside those lines. So it kind of
Understood.
gives,
Understood.
yeah.
Got.
So that's what the purpose of that is.
Okay.
So that would be, this is gonna be like I said, what do you call that? The announcement. So a lot of times with the announcement, they'll post it on social media or they'll send it to whoever. Those are the purposes of that. I'll send that obviously, and send the other ones that I've created. So you can just take those and kind of play around with them.
Yeah.
Um,
I have
but
been creating them myself, just like off of a template, like for the last few families, but nothing like this. I love this, but I do want to share with you. I'm actually creating on my phone because, like I said, my iPad started tripping. So I do want to share so you can see at the end, so you could tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because my size and my font, nothing look like yours, but I've been creating.
Okay, no, that's fine. Let me see here. Let me. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, so do me a favor and click on share your screen. Anybody else want to display theirs or show me what they're
I don't
working
know
with?
if like I said, I'm
I
on
can.
iPad, so it's
Okay.
not letting me load Canva for some reason. That's why I had to hop on my Canva. I mean, my Canva is connected through my iPad and my phone, so I'm creating on my phone. But as soon as I can get it, my iPad to pull Canva back up, for some reason it's just like spinning. It won't pull it up.
Okay.
I don't know why. And I'm on the Zoom from my iPad. I probably should have joined the Zoom from my phone and then just create it in my iPad. I probably did the opposite way. But let me keep playing around.
The only thing with phones is like I'm not, and because I can't log into my Zoom on my phone since I'm on the computer, I can't. Normally, I'll try to walk through it with you, but I can't visualize what that needs to look like from the phone. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. Only
Oh,
thing is, I know on the computer how it needs to look because I'm looking at it, but on the phone, I would literally have to be in the Zoom on my phone to kind of walk you through that because I know you can't do it because I've done it. But I don't offhand don't recall how to do it. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
no, you okay? I'm gonna keep playing around with it and see if I can get to the point and I can share it.
Okay. All right. Well, just let me know once you kind of get that squared away, and then we'll get you logged in so we can take a look at it.
Okay.
Who else has that can log in or tap in?
I can.
Okay, and is that Jeanette?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and just click on share your screen.
Cause I'm working. I have two screens on.
You can do that too. Listen, I me too, because I need to be able to look at one and be working on something else. And
Okay. Where is it? Okay, share.
okay.
Okay. Where am I? This my yeah, right there. Share. You see my screen?
Let me see here. You are sharing multiple things. We can share their Thursday. Okay, let me stop sharing mine. Okay. Okay, so now, oh, is this your screen? So you
Yes.
have his image, cool, and then you don't that's not bad.
This me right here. You see
Yeah,
me
I'm
moving?
looking at it. That's good. Can anybody else see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, great. So the only thing I would recommend is take that where you have that glow right there, take and move
Uh-huh.
it behind him because you don't want anything to take away from his image.
See, I can't get that purple like you got it. I didn't know how
Okay,
to change
so
it.
do me a favor.
Mhm.
Take that delete that one. Delete it.
And we go to elements.
Yep, go to elements and
You
then
see,
go look for light glow. Type in light
that's,
glow, enter.
that's what I have. Mm-hmm.
Let me see here.
Uh-oh. Light glow.
Light
You
glow.
seen it.
And then type in YANA 98.
NA 28.
Put the 98 close together by the word. Yep, yep. And then press enter. And let me see here. Scroll back up because it's up definitely going to be at the top and click on where it see all graphics. Yep. I want to say the one on the front, scroll up to the top, and the one on the right hand side, hover over that. Yep, and the three dots or whatever.
Mhm.
Nope, that's not it. Go back to the first one because it's definitely nope. Let me see here. I wish it'll let me. I wonder if it'll let me share it with you.
Is it this one? No.
Because if you notice where it says click on another one. Because what you know, it should say light glow, and then right below that it should say more by, and then it should say that Yana 98. But this is what we're gonna do. Scroll back up. I wish it would. I wish to goodness it would let me share it. Go in the search up there. Just type, just leave, take off the light glow and just leave Yana 98 up there and see what comes up. Okay, let me try something. I'm gonna see if I can get the right one for you.
Can you
Element.
share an element, Tosh? Yolanda, can you share an element?
Ooh, if it would let me, oh my God. It would be over with, I promise you. Let's see here. No, I'm finna help. I'm finna give me one moment. And then soon as I can narrow that one down, we're gonna have it going. So one thing is for certain, it has the what's this one? Oh, that's not Yana. Okay, so there's a couple of tricks to this, and I'm gonna go back to my info, show the keywords, spotlight. Okay, so I'm gonna try something else. Light glow, and I'll try spot. Once I'm just doing something, I'm gonna let you know as soon as I can get it.
Okay.
I promise if it would let me do that, it would be over.
I have
Okay.
to figure out how to get some cute fonts.
Some fonts.
Yeah, their fonts look good. And I think now my screen is up, so whenever she's done, I'll be able to share. Tell her you don't look nothing like this.
Okay. So click on light glow again.
Be this one? No. It is.
What time after is, what's that called?
Yolanda.
Click on, I'm sorry, click on that,
Quiet.
the second color at the top. Because we want to change that to the second one. Yep. And then you want to move it back. Or better yet, you want to move him, no, leave that and then move him forward. And then that way you don't lose yeah, you want to move him forward then. Yeah.
Okay.
But what I want you to do, any element that you use, just say, and this is just so everyone else can see how to do this. If it's one that you know you want to use in the near future, you want to go click on those. Yep, click on that. And then you want to add that to a folder and just create like an element folder. And then that way it won't be hard to find. Oh, no, you got to create it. I'm sorry. It should be, I can't see the bottom of your screen, but it should give you the option to create a folder.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
Create.
Yep. And then name it elements. Yep. And then move it to that folder. And any element that you run across, because sometimes the likelihood of you finding it again is hard. Just put it, if you see one you think you like, just get it and save it in a folder. So then all you have to do, just say if you go to your projects, it'll have a list of like different folders that you've created. And then that way it makes it easy to find it next time whenever you're working on something. Because it's hard to sometimes, especially if you find one you like, to go back and find it again.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So always save ones that you think kind of pop out for you. Always take and save it and put it in a folder because you definitely may use it at a later time.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. All right. So again, the only other part would be just to put like the services where it's held at, the time and all that visitation, that kind of information. But otherwise, you did a pretty good job.
Okay. All righty. Thank you.
Nice, no problem. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
All right. Click on so you can share your screen.
Yeah, right at the bottom.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, what screen?
Now, do you guys mind if we go over just a little bit in time? Because I know it's getting close to 9 o'clock. So if for whatever reason someone needs to hop off, like please don't mind, don't hesitate to do that. But I want to at least take a look at another one and then we'll just go ahead and get to the logos.
Is it sharing?
So when we finish this design right here, you want us to post it in the group?
Yep, I'm going to show you where is that the one you were working on?
Oh, wow.
Max that screen. Yep, there we go. So yours is like really playful. I like it. I like it. Only thing I would tell you to do is to take
I kept getting kicked out, so I couldn't save the images you gave. So I don't.
No.
I just went with what I had
It's
created.
got a different kind of pop to it. Like I'm telling you, the color and the I like it. I like it. Like I said, I would take the font for I don't know what happened. It went away.
She keep getting kicked out, she said.
That is so weird. Are you on your computer or you said, oh, you're on your iPad? That's weird.
You hear me?
There we go. I see it again. So the only thing I would say really to modify, because you wanted to the name Life and is it Melvina? Yep, it's definitely keep popping you out. Now I don't know why it's doing that.
I put Melvina because you said Melvin. See, I don't know neither. I don't know.
So it's trying to show your phone, your iPad screen. It's showing. So what it is it's a couple of screens going on here. Because I see 3 different screens from your device.
So what am I doing?
So when you're sharing your screen from your phone, you're sharing like every screen that you have up. So you want to specifically click on that one, the one for the iPad. So whatever is displayed, that's what we're going to see. Yep. There we go.
So you don't see the Canva?
No, I'm looking at Canva now.
Okay.
Okay. So the only thing I would probably change really is the font for the Life and Melvina.
Okay, that's what I was saying about fonts. I don't have, when I click on font, I was on for some reason my iPad is not doing, it's not moving. With the
Now
Zoom,
here's the
let's see.
dilemma.
I created all this on my phone.
I'm not exactly sure if the same opportunity to download fonts apply when you're on a device, because what it typically does is it downloads from the website onto a folder on the computer, and then it shows here. Do you see where it says upload a font?
Yes.
So typically when you're on a computer, you know what? I can tell you the truth I'm pretty sure we can't do it. But the only time I've ever known it to really actually happen is when I'm on my computer. I've never been able to download a font from my phone or my iPad, unfortunately.
Okay.
So with that being the case, then it's really a matter of just whatever fonts are available on the devices that you're using.
If you have an iPhone, it will let you download it to your files, and then you can pull it from your file to Canva.
Well, then that would apply to the iPad too, then.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have an iPhone and iPad. That's what I'm using. I'm between my iPhone and my iPad, the whole Zoom creating.
Yeah, she'll have to go Google and do the font site. And
Yep.
once she get that, she download it, it's gonna download to her
To the
And
file.
her
what font
files.
site is that? What font site?
The style that I used, it was let me put it in here.
Because I was kicked out when I came back. You already had the name on, so I just threw.
Oh, okay, no, that's okay. It's RIGESTHA script.
Oh, where I'm supposed to hold on. Let me
So
write this down.
go to
All right. What?
Oh, it's the name of the font is RIGESTH. Yep, there you go.
Oh,
Thank you, Susie. Appreciate it.
when I'm looking for that, I need to go to upload font to type that in, or do I go to, where do I go to get that font? Or do I do it when I'm trying to find it?
Are you in Google?
Okay, so I need to go to Google. That's what I need to go to Google.
Because we're gonna have to download it onto your device.
So I type in
RIGESTHA and then script.
But she didn't go to the font, Miss Yolanda.
You said what was that?
Did she need to go to that font site, or?
Well, she can, but it's showing up right here too. So where it says my fonts, you can go there too, because it's showing that you can download it from there. So you can click on that first website. Let me see.
You gotta pay for it. My God,
So no, so I would say go to the website that go back to the previous screen, because I'm tell you right now, I don't pay for fonts. Not at all.
Go to the font.
It's DA. Go into the search thing and type in DA. Because nope and no. Every font that I download onto Canva, it is free.
You say DA?
Yep, the font DAFONT.
Can you? Oh, the font.
Yep, right there.
I don't know. My internet probably is sharing on these gaming devices in summertime. Okay, and then I type it in the search bar.
Okay, let me see here. So you want to close out? Yep, there you go. And then in the, I'm just trying to see if I can see.
That's not showing me.
I wonder if I email it to you, if it can go to. I'll email that font to you. And then that way you'll have access to it. Yep, I'll email it to you. Then that way you can have access to it. You can use it for whatever. And then just download it onto your iPad. Because I wish it would have let me just maybe drop it in there, but I know it's not going to let me do that, unfortunately.
I just use Citadel script, any script font. Yeah.
Yeah, that does. Yeah. So let's go back to your Canvas screen. Let's click on that one. Yep. And so when you go back to fonts. And just type, yep, delete that and just type in script.
That font is in Canva. I just pulled it up on
Type
mine.
what now? It's like you say type
I
script.
didn't have it.
Yeah, it's there.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So
I must
type
have
they
spelled
said
it wrong.
it's in Canva.
Yeah.
Because when I did it, it didn't pull up.
Okay. Well, and then again, you can kind of pick from whichever ones you want to try in here, but it sounds like that one is in Canva.
Okay.
Oh, can y'all still see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's the name of it in Canva?
It's the same, spelled the same way, RIGESTHA.
R. Okay, I thought it was in alphabetical.
So if you type it in where you have the word script at the top.
Oh, thank you.
RIGES. G as in Gordon.
I typed it just like last time. Nothing is happening. I don't know.
Enter.
I hit enter.
And maybe because we've used it before in training and we might have downloaded it. Could very well possibly be, because I know I have several that I've downloaded.
But this is my first class using this trial and violence, so I don't know.
Okay.
Oh well. Okay.
But definitely just if you type in script and kind of play around with some of the ones and see which one is like a good fit for it. As long as it's in like script, like that one's not bad.
Yeah,
but I
that
would
look
say
cute.
I would go back into the effects.
How do I bold? Okay.
Yeah, when scripts, you don't really find too many that you can actually like bold. What I would say is do the shadow. Yep. Go instead of the lift, go to the center and click on shadow. And then change the color where you see that where it says color and it's that goldish orange, burnt orange or goldish orange color. Click on that and change it to black.
Did I do it right? Yeah, I guess so.
I'm trying to think of why it seems like it's so far off because that normally it is. It's just I think that the font type. But then, like I said, then from there, since you already have it set, you can always play around with the font and see which one kind of pops out a little bit more at you. And just always as we're going through the process, just know like this is one of those things where it's a learning process. This is not a one day training. And it's as we're going along, we can find different ways we can perfect and make changes. What I will say is I absolutely love that AI. Is that's you created that one from AI, the image that you have?
Yes, with the AI.
Yep. I love that AI. And then the other thing
Yes, the
is,
Canva AI.
oh, you got it from nice, nice. And then you also were able to kind of take and manipulate. So my thing is, if you're when you were creating, it doesn't necessarily have to look exactly like the one that I create. Be like as we're going through this, find ways to be creative and make it what you want, the look that you want to. My responsibility or what I would like to do is give you some ideas of how to create it. But I want everybody to be able to take their idea, whatever it is going on in your mind as far as how you want it to look. You can do the thing that I'm doing, but create it however you want it to look, because I want it to, at the end of the day, to be your idea, your design, your layout. And as we're going along with the training, we can always make different changes to this as we go. So I still think you did a really good job, especially when you're just now getting on here. So kudos to you on that. And like I said, if we can, as we're going, the replay, you can always go in and try other stuff and manipulate it however you want. But that's the purpose of the replay, so we can kind of get comfortable with and creating. So outside of when we have our workshops, like literally carve out some time, because for me sometimes I could sit here for a good hour and just create something. And because a lot of times when I first created it is not the way I want it to look, so I'll go back and have to redo. So that's just that's the way it works. Like creating, it doesn't always pop out at you right away, so that's why you have that time when you just kind of carve off to practice creating content. And then you get it to the point where you want it to look. And I'm always available. Like I said, the one-on-one sessions, if you want to, always just send me a DM and I'll give you some times. That's because it's always going to be on a Tuesday or a Thursday, and we can just kind of carve out some time and walk through practicing and making it what you want it to look like. So I'm going to try and
I
quick share my.
finished.
Hmm?
I finished.
Okay, thank
You're welcome, sweetie. And who was the next person? Who said they finished?
This Jeanette, I'm finished with mine.
Okay. Did you want to share your screen?
Did you see it? Sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Nice. Nice. I like it. I like and that's nice. I really like that.
Thank you.
Okay. And so what you do is you can literally take that very first screen and go. Do you see on the bottom? If you go to the bottom of that where it got the three bars? No, not that one. The very first one. The one that no, I'm sorry. So you got your design, and right below it is like a page one. If you
Uh-huh.
click on those three bars, you can click on there and then you can duplicate it. Yep, duplicate the page. There you go. And you can take that. So you can literally make multiple of the same design. So that image you have of that person, take it and you can take it and drag another image and flip it, change that. And then just everything that you created, you can just manipulate it and change the colors. So you won't have to necessarily redo everything all over again. You can take the first image, not the first image, but the first page, duplicate
Mm-hmm.
it, and just manipulate the information that you have there. And then so you can set it up so that you have multiple of that. And then you can create, just say you have multiple templates of that design.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
So
thank you.
no problem at all. I appreciate looking at the design. It looks nice.
Thank you. Okay.
So the one thing I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to get everybody, we don't want to do, we're going to get them logos done. We are going to do. So again, if someone needs to hop off, please, I don't want to, if you got things to do, please don't be offended if you need to jump off. That's totally okay. But we want to get some of these logos going. And okay. Perfect. So, when we're done with that, let me see here. So I want to go to the other site that I mentioned to you guys was Ideogram,
Video.
and that's IDEO and then gram.ai. And we want to get back to these logos because I need to get everybody. If you have one, that's perfectly fine. But I need to, when you're designing, you need to have a logo,
Okay.
literally. So we want to hold on one second. I guess since I'm already on here,
Is this free?
it's not, but similar to Get Image, you can get certain amount of them every month. So just
Okay.
sign up for it. You always get the trial. It's going to give you a certain amount of time to do X amount of them. And when you max out on that X amount, then you have to wait till the next 30 days. But
Okay.
like, it's a good opportunity. I tell anybody before you even pay for anything, use the trials. Use the amount that you get for free because it allows you to practice in it and get an idea of like how to use it and manipulate in there, and then you pay for it. But don't do that before you get comfortable with that particular platform.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me just quick. Let me quick get in here. All right. So this was it Bria design or I forgot. So who wants to go first as far as like their logo?
We didn't finish mine last night, the other
Was it
night.
this one?
That was mine that we're working
Yeah,
on.
okay. That's what I was like, which one? I think this was it. Okay, cool. All right, let me quick get in this screen. All right. And how do we want to do this? So we need to let me get out of this screen. Okay. Come on. My mouse. There we go. All right. A logo for it was Bria's design, right? Or is it Drea? Dria's designs. Um word Drea should be in bold, listening 3D, gold text that shines and pops against white background. The white background. Below the words below display the word design. The font should be elegant, cursive. And then what was the color we were going? What was it? You just decided to go whatever. We mixed up around with different colors, or was there a particular color? Or was this the color you wanted to go with? Oh, I think we kind of played around with it a little bit. Bold red. Um, Okay, let me see what it'll come out with. The logo should be creative. And include a white background. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, let me try that again and see what happens. And like I said, with ideogram, it does a good job of creating, but like you literally sometimes have to kind of play around with it, and it'll give you different. And then once you find the one that you actually like, then then you can go with that. Do you maybe want to change and see if we want to play with a different color? Let me see. Oh, 3D. Let's see. What other color other than gold did you want to maybe try?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay. Royal blue. And let me see, royal blue. Let me see what happens with that. Really, that's not popping out too. Let me just see here. Display, what is that? Should be elegant. Oh, right. Let's try that. And let's see.
In purple or something.
Why get out of my head? I was just gonna say, let me try purple. Maybe purple and gold.
Yeah.
I'll say, let me change that other color. See, elegant. Red, I mean gold. Trying to think here. This logo is for a fancy fancy content creative designs. Let me see. Let's see. It's not. Give me. Okay, so let me do this because what all? Okay, so with regards to the business, what all do you do with the business, that with your design business?
Decorator. Decorator, I print out banners and put everything.
For a decorator. It should be. Oh, um, hmm, let me try a couple different things. Mm. Let's see. Mm. I'm gonna try a couple different because I have like a template I use for some of the ones I create.
Mhm.
It really don't give me. I gotta play around now. Let me see. Let me write it down because I don't want to forget. I'm gonna play around with yours because
Okay.
it's not giving me it is not giving me what I'm looking for.
Okay.
um, so at least I have it here, and so I can come back and go. And so what I'll do is I'll package up some and put it together, and I'll send them to you. And you can whatever one you want to use. But I want to kind of go in and kind of navigate and make some changes to it because it doesn't really give me the look that I'm going for on
Mhm.
here. And that's the like I said, that's the thing with when it comes to using in any AI platform is because it's like you have to play with it for a while until it kind of gives you the look that you need. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and do one other. Go in here. Give me one moment. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. All right. So sign with okay. Okay, my um fine logo. Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And it's Tria's design. All right, try that and see what it does. Design. Okay, so let me see how that works. Okay, that did not do what I told it to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do, if I can ask you all to do me a favor, when I send you the email, because what I'll do is I'll create it for you all. And then what I'll do is I'll send you the designs that I create. Um, designs. And when I create it, I'll just send you all of the examples of the comes because I don't want to hold you too long because I don't want to be too late. But I'll work on creating these logo designs for you all, and then I'll just send them to you, and then we can manipulate it. Actually, I'll send enough of them where you can actually have one that you good with, that you can actually choose from, and then that way everybody by Friday will have a logo that we're working with. Because when we're creating these designs and putting them on the um your whatever it is you're creating, you want to actually have something a logo design on there. So I'll be working on those when I send you the email for the replay. If you can send me the description, just give me a description, and I'll send in the email like a layout based on each like category, what description I need, and then I'll take and create the logos for you guys from there. But I definitely by no later than Friday want everybody to have a logo. Let me see here. All right. Because this, I don't really like this one. I want to kind of play with and manipulate it a little bit, and kind of put some things into place. If you want to even send it to me in DM or text message, or not to text message or email, that'll be great. Because I'm gonna start working on. I'll be working on hers tonight, but then I'll get through I think that's about 7 of you all. Yep, I'll work through everybody's, and between now and tomorrow, I'll have be working on your logo designs. But other than that, was there any other questions that you might have as far as like creating the announcements?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I will be working on this because I definitely want to get through these and get some logos for you guys and have them ready. And then on Friday, if you're available, if you have time, I am 7 o'clock. The same thing. I'll send out a link, but it'll be 7 o'clock for the call so we can kind of go through and finalize the memorial. On Friday, we'll be working up on the casket inserts. So that'll be the casket inserts. And then I also want to show you how to do like the stands, like that sometimes that they'll have like at like the memorial, the actual memorial service or like the repast, like the stands or backdrops. So those will be what we'll be working on Friday.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. Was there any questions that you guys may have tonight before we close out?
Will you be sending us, it was something, it was something you said at the beginning that you was gonna send us for the